Welcome back to the Ryan Dunstan Podcast, Words from a Humble King. For whoever taps in and listens, thank you for joining me. You know, on each one of these, I've kind of talked about 2024 in some kind of way, but we're in a shift. Our world is in a shift. Can you feel that? I mean, I've been saying it all year. It's just something about 2024 that seemed like a never-ending vortex of motion that has provided a wide range of emotions and experiences, you know, both good and bad, both turbulent, but also informative, you know, disappointing, but also gratifying. You know, it just kind of seems like there's been a surprise around every single corner. And that in itself can kind of spark some anxieties and some fears. And without getting into the complexities of each shift that I'm kind of noticing, you know, I just think that some kind of feel like there's a perspective of it's not happening fast enough. And then there's a perspective of, you know, this is going way too fast and I need off this ride. And wherever you fall between those two things, you know, it's still been a rough go at it, you know, and I kind of feel like some people are, you know, shifted in the struggle and are in need of another shift. And then there's others that are just coming out of a negative shift or are feeling or finding, you know, just this, I guess you could call it a shade of cover, you know, because they've been in such a, you know, strenuous shift and transition that they're able to just kind of catch a breath, but they're afraid that the next shift is going to cause more pain, right? And it's been tough, no matter which way you look at it. It's all sparking, a level of fear in a lot of people around the world, in our country, in my state, in my county, you know, in my sphere of influence. And I just felt like it would be good to go ahead and just explore fear. So today's topic: can you hear fear's whispers without losing yourself? Let's dance with the shadows a little bit here. Now, where do I start? I want to be able to get all my thoughts out, but there's just been way too much movement in the last couple of years for us not to begin to wonder, what is tomorrow going to look like? We're seeing all kinds of countries activate. We have kids, we have beliefs, you know, we have a way of life. Almost our entire reality is beginning to become in question. And questions of the unknown, you know what that sparks, right? Anxiety. What schools do I send the kids to? Where do I put my money? Do I put my money in crypto? Do I put my money in stocks? Are we going to lose the dollar as we know it? Do I buy the house? Who should I vote for? Who's lying to me in politics? What policies align with mine, right? You know, what do I believe anymore? Are we headed into a global conflict? Do I get the divorce? That's a tough one. Will he cheat? Will she listen? Who can I trust? Why won't my family members listen? What in the hell is wrong with my teenage adult? Right? I'm beginning to send myself in a bit of a downward spiral just thinking about it all, because it's a lot of weight to hold when your mind begins to ramble. I call them thought attacks. They come at me quick. But hopefully you're beginning to understand with this kind of framing just how easy it is to kind of fall into fear or fall for fear. Now, I chose my words there, fall for fear. You know, I've heard it kind of put this way. You can feel the presence of fear without becoming fear or falling into relationship with fear. Now, I heard that a while back, and I think I'm just starting to begin to understand what that truly meant. I had to grow into that understanding. See, when you fall for fear, you begin to court her. You begin to take her on dates. You spend more and more time with fear. She speaks to you, you listen, you retain the information, you know, you listen to every single thing she says and begin to do what she says. You begin to trust her. You begin to listen to everything she says because every move begins to be your move. And you begin to take on her patterns as well. When you become fear, you take on characteristics of fear, which we were never really meant to do as humans. Now, don't get me wrong here. Fear has her good qualities, increased awareness. The fear of failure can motivate you, which can kind of spark an organic reaction for survival instincts to kick in, providing you with access to a more innovative and creative way to survive discomfort as you instinctively become more adaptable. Fear can prompt careful consideration, of options and potential risk, leading to more prudent decision making, which is a very good thing. Overcoming fear can definitely increase your character. It can grow you in a way you never thought before, introducing you to you that you never thought you could be. And then fearful experiences can also provide you with another level of empathy and compassion for those that still knee deep in their fearful experiences. And I think that's a very powerful thing. But you know what they say, too much of anything, too much of anyone can kill you. Man, this topic has really sparked some reading in me because I've been so intrigued about how this is kind of making me feel. And according to this study from the University of Minnesota, chronic fear can lead to health issues. And that's crazy. Did you know fear can mess with your cardiovascular system? Did you know that fear can mess with your immune system? Did you know it can cause gastrointestinal disorders? And anytime it can mess with the body, then you know it can impair your ability to make rational decisions, often leading to hesitation and avoidance when you should be taking action. And then that's perceived by others as procrastination, which is the last thing you want. Fear also gets into your relationships due to, or they're just simply noticing irritability in you. Maybe you withdrawn, or maybe you're over dependent at the moment. They notice these things in you. And prolonged fear can contribute to mental health issues like anxiety disorders, depression, PTSD. Man, fear will rob you. Fear will rob you of your sleep, of your self-esteem, while impairing your memory and concentration and cognitive function, making it difficult to focus, especially in today's day and age. And then, you're looking at the failure and the risk, and you're not pursuing financial opportunities and potentially landing yourself in economic hardships. And now you're diminishing your quality of life and impacting loved ones around you. And now you're numbing the pain too, because this is tough. And now you're initiating a fight with addictions. This looks like becoming fear or falling for her. Now, I know the acronym for fear, false evidence appearing real, but man, in fear, the evidence isn't always false. See, fear, she's tricky. She's providing perspectives, and whatever you give life to and act on in reality has now become real. And then this confirms her in your mind. And this is becoming fear now. And I won't lie and say that we're not in fearful times, but it's up to us to understand her. And because we can embrace fear without falling for her. We can have courage and progression in her shadow. We can listen to fear and understand her whispers without losing ourselves. We can be brave navigating fear's edges, but we can also feel the fear and do it anyway. Y'all be blessed out there. This is the Ryan Dunstan Podcast, and these are words from a humble king. We're in a tough time, but as time works, this too shall pass. Y'all be blessed out there, family. Peace.